Happy Halloween, everybody.
Happy Halloween.
So something I like to do every holiday, major holiday, is to like try to have a video where we just kind of hang out and like spend time together with people who may not have a great relationship with their family and, you know, may not really have much of a family choice to speak of. So yeah, we're just gonna hang out, talk about Halloween stuff.
Okie dokie.
You know, some of the stuff we got to do, and a lot of the stuff that we didn't. We really didn't have a lot of free time this year.
Yeah, no, unfortunately.
No. You know, I was super busy doing stuff for my transition, doing a lot of those kinds of things, and like, honestly, we see a total of, what, 4 therapy sessions a week? It's crazy.
3 to 4.
3 to 4, yeah, it's a lot, you know? It's really taxing time-wise. I'm gonna lose this hat because it's driving me nuts. It's a cute prop, but I'm not wearing it all day. Anyway, yeah, so, I don't know, like, okay, we did get to watch a lot of our movies because we actually went on a vacation. I'm gonna do a video about that in a little more detail, in an abstract kind of way, next week because timing. But, like, we rewatched Hocus Pocus because it's not Halloween without Hocus Pocus, and you ruined me for this.
Although we've only seen it once.
Yeah, normally we watch it like 5 times.
Yeah, no.
You know? We really didn't have the time to really just hang out and watch stuff, you know?
Yeah.
And we normally try to add a new movie to our repository. Like, we try to, like, we watched that Nosferatu a couple of years ago. That didn't work out. But, you know, we at least try something we haven't seen. You've been dying to get me into the Universal Monster movies forever.
I love those so much.
Because I've seen none of the classics. I haven't seen the original, like, Frankenstein. I haven't seen any of that stuff.
Yeah,
and I feel like I'm really missing out.
No, I think you'd love them.
I agree. And, like, the thing with monster movies is that, like, they're a metaphor, obviously. Like, the real monster was inside you all along. But, no, like, they play with those themes, and it's very, like, people are into the drama of the, like, monster, like, the terror aspects of it, but it's really much more of a human story, you know?
That's why they're great. That's why I love them so much.
Exactly.
It's not like
like
superhero movies or something.
Exactly, and I feel like it's something that's desperately missing from, like, slasher films, but, like, they've become their own thing now, so I'm like, people enjoy that form of entertainment. I don't really get that, but good for them. It's its own separate thing. I don't know, I feel like I kind of want more of the human stories, and we really don't seem to make those anymore. Not like that.
I don't know. I feel like we also have just been very behind on watching a lot of horror stories and things like that.
Yeah, I mean, A Quiet Place was probably the closest thing to a horror movie we saw all year.
Yeah, that was last year.
Oh my god.
I'm pretty sure it was last year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ugh, time flies. I've been busy, okay?
Yeah.
But like, yeah, you know, we don't really watch a lot of stuff, so maybe that's the bias here.
We watch a lot of stuff, we don't watch a lot of horror because I love like more story-based and more gothic-based. I like gothic, I like campy, I like things like that. I love monster movies, but I'm not great with like super graphic, gory, violent, or very scary horror, and I'm not good with shock horror, so I have to be very careful about what I watch. I loved A Quiet Place. It was terrifying, but I loved A Quiet Place. Like I loved Lady in Black when that came out a few years ago, which was also terrifying.
Yeah.
It's a hard one, but it's a good one. I love stuff like that. I'm just not great with like anything that could happen in like real life very easily. I can't handle.
That Supernatural episode, I think it's in season 1 where it's humans. It's not a monster.
I think it's later than that, but yeah, there's one where there's like, you know, rednecks like kidnapping them and torturing them, and that one I watched once, and I'm never going to watch that one again.
Which reminds me of that movie that our roommate made us watch. That was that
Dale and Tucker
versus Evil. Yeah.
No, which is a great movie. I just can't handle it. It's too violent
not
for
think
me.
Chip and Dale.
Yeah,
and, like Tucker. It was like Chip Tucker. That's not a name.
No, and that's a brilliant movie. It's brilliant. I can't handle it.
And you have to be in the exact right mood for Shaun of the Dead.
No, and I think Shaun of the Dead's a perfectly written movie. I love that movie. Like, I think it's an ideal screenplay, but I have to be exactly in the right mood. It's just too graphic.
And weirdly, it feels like a summer movie to me. I think it's because I feel like it's because like they're all like in short sleeves wandering around in the middle of the daylight, and I'm like, that doesn't feel very Halloween.
I could see that.
I don't know why. It just feels like a summer movie to me, not in like a fun, happy summer kind of way. Like, you know, in a murder kind of way.
It feels Halloween-y to me because I watched it around Halloween in theaters. Like, it's when I was living in Nantucket, and they would have like literally one showing for a movie that would be the only time you get to see it, so I saw it in a really packed theater. So that was really, really fun.
Yeah, we haven't gotten to watch that this year. We haven't even carved our pumpkins yet.
Yeah, no.
Oh, it's crazy. Last year we went to that Rise of the Jack-o'-lanterns, and
Yeah.
like now I can tell this because I'm out. Like I was presenting female at the time, and I was so terrified the entire time that I was gonna get clocked or like something bad was gonna
I
happen.
think if you know what Rise of the Jack-o'-lanterns is, it's this very long walk you do that has thousands and thousands of carved jack-o'-lanterns along the pathway, which is really, really cool.
It's
all
awesome.
done
And I was
by
really looking
professional
forward to it
artists.
this year, but like, so between the two of us, we bought a total of 3 different sets of tickets.
Yeah.
So the first tickets I bought were like the last Saturday before Halloween. And I was like, this is perfect. We'll go late in the season. It'll be great. It'll be dark out. It'll be amazing. And then I remembered, and neither of us remembered when we were buying the tickets, that like our family of choice had a Halloween party planned that night, and we're like, oh,
Yeah, I think I didn't put together last Saturday of the month with the actual date.
right,
So.
exactly. So I was like, damn it. And the tickets are non-refundable, no exchanges, none of that. And I'm like,
Yeah.
damn it. So I was just out that money. And then we bought for a weeknight leading up to that. And you had to go in for emergency dental surgery.
Yeah.
And you're like all swollen and everything. And you're like,
I still want to go to the jack-o'-lanterns.
I was like, you can't go, you can't speak.
Yeah,
like
no.
it's far from our house. Like we live a good hour at least east of there, and
Yeah.
I'm like, no, we can't be an hour or more from home in crowds with, because you had a hard time sensory wise last year.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I'm not gonna take you out there with a swollen mouth and tongue and like can't speak.
Yeah.
Like,
no.
no, I vetoed that. That was not happening. And then the last ones we bought were actually for today, and it is pouring rain, and they actually refunded us, which is kind of amazing because they
Yeah, it's
never
supposed
do
to be a
that.
rain or shine event.
But like they're like, yeah, we're kind of flooded, so I'm like, oh, well, that solves that. The universe is saying no this year, which
Yeah.
kind of sucks because I was really looking forward to going and being like out and about and like confident and everything. Like I feel great now, and like, yeah, it wasn't meant to be.
No, it's depressing.
Yeah, so next year we'll try again with that. The one thing I am definitely looking forward to though, and you hate this, is giving out candy to our kids in our neighborhood. Like,
Yeah.
oh,
To be fair, I get
Yeah.
very sad if kids don't show up because then I feel like
Yeah,
the tradition's
no.
not happening.
like
but-
you're not opposed to trick-or-treating at all. You're just like, oh god, small talk with my neighbor's children. This is my
No,
nightmare.
the sensory issues, I literally start to panic every time the door knocks, and it happens over and over and over and over and over again with no break, and I start literally panicking. I can't
Yeah,
handle it.
no, that makes sense.
I thought it was weird, then I asked about it on the internet before, and a couple people were like, no, I have the same issue. I have to like hide in the living room, put on a movie, and turn out my lights, pretend I'm not home. I'm like, okay, it's not just me.
And last year I was really terrified because like I knew who I was and what I was. I just wasn't looking like myself yet.
Yeah.
Nobody knew outside of this house basically. And like I was brave enough to wear actually this shirt last year and some makeup under a pizza costume because pizza is terrifying and disgusting, and I don't know what the hell is wrong with me or you, but something's wrong with somebody because pizza's disgusting. Anyway, by the way, it just means more for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I'm never gonna take the last slice or any slices ever. Anyway, yeah, so I was really terrified that like these kids were gonna be like, why are you wearing makeup, or like have those kinds of awkward questions or whatever. I just didn't want to go there, and like I still like I knew that I was using a different name and pronouns by then, but I wasn't sure like, am I gonna actually go through with this transition, or is estrogen gonna feel totally wrong for me because I hadn't done it yet, you know?
Yeah.
And I was like, what would that mean for who I am? And like, you can say to somebody a million times like, well, if you don't feel right on these hormones, that doesn't mean you're not a woman, it just means you're not right for these hormones. But
Yeah.
like, I kind of needed that validation, and that worked out for me. Now I'm like actually looking forward to it, and like the way our neighborhood is, like everyone sees everyone at some point or another. Like everyone knows what I am and has no problem with it as far as I know. At least
Yeah.
they've never made a problem with me about it.
Yeah, not to your face at least.
No, exactly. So like everyone's been really chill about it. Like one of our neighbors that I was really terrified was gonna like say something, you know? He I was getting the mail one day in a dress, you know, and it was like just after starting hormones. And I was like, he stops me to talk to me. I'm like, oh no, here it is. This is it. This is gonna be it. And he goes, man, these kids keep playing on my lawn. I'm like, Okay, cool. Yeah, those darn kids. Let's talk about them. But like, I don't know, these kids in our neighborhood, like they play on our front lawn all the time. If you've watched Amanda's channel, and I'll link in the description, I'm sure there's audio problems of children screaming in the background. They just hang out in our yard, and I'm like, I don't care. Like, just don't break anything. That's all I care about. Don't sit on my car, you know? They're not bad kids.
No.
So I'm actually really looking forward to it because I'm like, everyone's in on this now. I can be my full self and do the thing and give out all the candy and continue our reputation for being the house that gives out the good candy.
Yeah.
As myself.
Yeah.
And that's great. So that's something I'm looking forward to. But that night, I'm actually getting Luigi's Mansion 3 on release day, which is Halloween night. But since I'm going to be interacting with the kids and I've been really looking forward to like doing that, like, I'm not going to play it that night. And I'm going to do it on my Twitch channel, and like, that's also in the description, and that's going to be super fun. And if you want to join in and talk to us and everything, that'll be super great. You'll be there too.
Yes.
You know, it'll be a first playthrough. I've never seen this game.
Yeah,
like, I played both 1 and 2, and that's as much as I know.
I played halfway through the first game. And then,
Yeah. So, yeah, it'll be super fun.
Yeah. I think it's going to be fun.
I hope so. And I'll probably put up highlights on my channel later because, like, the really long videos where I'm playing for like 2 hours really don't do very well.
Yeah.
It's really much more of a Twitch thing. Like, you have to kind of be a gamer to appreciate it, but like cutting it, it's such a long video to edit. I'm like, but it could be fun. I don't know. I'll think about it. So yeah, come hang out with us. It'll be super fun.
It should be fun.
I'll be a really bad gamer, but I'll have fun doing it. And that's what it's all about, right?
Am I going to be playing too? I'm just going to be watching.
It's a single player game.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
So I figure we can like talk about stuff or, you know, figure something out there.
Cool.
Could be fun. We could even like each do the first like 45 minutes of gameplay and switch over to the other person.
No,
but, like,
I've never even finished any other.
Yeah, I'm worried about like spoiling each other then. Like,
that's why I never finished the other game, because like you got mad, you thought I was going through it too slowly because I was like doing school and working, so you're like, I'm just going to play this in front of you, and I'm like, well, now I know. Okay.
Yeah, that's the problem of having one TV.
Yeah, no, it gets hard.
But
well, at that point we were living in like a studio apartment, so.
But the way I see it, like, this is a new game for both of us.
Yeah.
So like we'll be experiencing it together. Like I had that when you were playing Pokemon Let's Go.
Yeah.
You know, because I was like, okay, well, I know everything that happens, but I'm also super familiar with Red and Blue.
Yeah.
But I feel like the plot of this isn't going to be super heavy because it's like, you know.
I don't know. I mean, part of it's supposed to be like scares and mystery and puzzles and stuff. So.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll have to figure something out.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make this weird on your
I
channel.
could just have you play. I could just be there chatting, you know.
Looking pretty.
Yeah, because I don't mind those kinds of spoilers so much.
I hate those kind of spoilers.
Exactly. So you know what?
I hate it.
Amanda's gonna play. Amanda's gonna play
We'll
Luigi's
see.
Mansion, and then I'll try to catch up in the last 45 minutes of the video.
You're gonna be so mad if I'm good at the game.
I know, but I'll be so happy that you like it. Like I like
Well, I
inviting
love
you
the
into
other
things
game.
that I like.
There's very few Nintendo games I don't like.
Yeah.
Very, very, very few.
Luigi's Mansion is so unique in the like opus of, you know, Nintendo.
No, and I really love monster, haunted house, gothic stuff. Like that is very much my kind of thing. I love that. I just don't like it when it's like overly scary.
And the last one was so cutesy that I'm like genuinely scared it's gonna be for children, you know?
Yeah.
Like
How dare a Nintendo game be for
I know,
children?
it's the worst. But like, I wish they'd make a teen-rated. Like,
Yeah.
that would be fun.
I don't know if Nintendo ever do teen-rated anything.
They do.
That kind of
very
thing.
rarely.
Not with like their like core characters. You know what I mean? I feel like it's having a PG-13 Mickey Mouse movie. It's like, why?
I want a rated R Star Wars. I want Darth Vader ripping people's organs out of their bodies and stuff. Like, that's what I want. Happy Halloween. What other Halloween traditions do you have? Like, you have all this Disney classic stuff you watch.
Yeah, I watched the old Disney Channel Halloween special. That has a bunch of their cartoons, their Halloween cartoons on it. I like to watch that. I only have a really crappy version. I watch on YouTube. That's about it because I don't think they have
It's
it.
so
anymore.
impossible to track that stuff down. The stupid vault hurts us all.
Well, it was just on the station too. It was never like released on a DVD as far as I know.
Yeah,
or anything, or
exactly.
videotaped.
Like, so someone videotaped it and then like it got copied a million times
Yeah,
and re-encoded
exactly.
and it's a mess, you know? I'm just concerned that we're gonna have a lot of leftover candy.
I hope not, but we'll see.
We'll see what happens. We'll
Although
figure it
leftover
out.
candy is part of the point of Halloween.
Absolutely, but it needs to not consume our lives through February.
Yeah, no.
That's the bigger problem here. Like, I like all the candy we got for the most part, but like,
You
ooh.
always think we don't get enough. You always think we get too much. We never get enough for the kids in the neighborhood.
I think we actually hit the line this year. I think we're
don't
good.
know.
I think we're okay.
We've had this much before.
Oh, you know what we didn't get this year? We didn't get the Tootsie Pops.
Yeah, we did.
No.
They're in there. They're in that.
No, those are
Kids
Dum Dums.
Mix. Yeah, there's
Oh,
also Kids
you're
Mix
right.
Kids Mix.
So yeah, we were busy this year,
Yeah.
but I think it's all important stuff. Like, you needed to get your teeth taken care of. I needed to keep moving in my transition. Like, it's time consuming. We're taking care of ourselves. You know, we're adults. It kind of distances you from the whole thing.
Yeah.
Kind of sucks, but I'm glad we did get to spend time with our family of choice and like
Yeah.
celebrate with them. And we definitely
That's
had
really
like a
fun Halloween
Halloween
party,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah. Like, it's so silly, but we do like the punny names for like renaming sauces and stuff, like vampire guts, and you know, like, it's good stuff.
No, that's cool. I like it.
I love it. It's so dorky. We go back and forth. Like, half the time we host those parties and the other half they do. Like, I like the way we do Thanksgiving though. Like, it's basically like a potluck Thanksgiving. Everybody
Yeah,
brings their
yeah.
own thing that they're really good at making, and like we get the best of everything, and it's kind of amazing.
No, it's pretty awesome.
I love it.
I'll probably be wearing a Christmas shirt because it's in November.
Yeah, the second Halloween is over, man, it's like, okay, it's Christmas.
Well, I do like to keep November as like the Nightmare Before Christmas, as my mom called it. So the
Which we
whole-
haven't watched.
No, so the whole
What
month
is
of,
wrong with us?
the whole month of November is like Christmas or Halloween. You can celebrate.
I
Yeah.
agree.
Nah, he pretty much had us busy every night. So
Yeah, I'm doing a lot. Like,
Yeah.
it's all good stuff and it's all necessary, but it's really cutting into our, like, this stuff, you know, the stuff we
Yeah.
really enjoy.
no, I think it's important to know like how much a transition can take up because like I do have my own therapy, but my therapy normally isn't at night. It's
No,
normally during the day.
exactly, like-
so like most of our night stuff, it's like related to your therapy, or it's like electro treatments and things like that. So
Laser, electro, like,
Yeah.
it's been taking up all of my time, you know? And, like, the thing is with the therapy in particular, that, like, the hardest part isn't the 45 minutes of the session. Like, that's hard, but in a totally different way. It's the fact that it's an hour from our house.
yeah,
And the timing is that, like, I get home from work, and then we go out, like, 30 minutes later, and we're gone for another 3 hours.
yeah,
You know, the whole night is gone.
yeah.
It's the worst. And I'm really looking forward to the end of it. But, like, you know, I have to get better. I have to work on myself. So, like, what choice do we have? It's,
No.
you know, I'm doing the right
You
thing.
are doing the right thing.
You know, it's made my child suffer. But, yeah. I don't know. I feel like this time last year I was having very different fears and very different feelings and thoughts and everything. And, like, it's sort of that thing that's going to be happening a lot coming into the, like, the major holidays.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, ooh, this is going to be some perspective shifting. But, like, I'm way happier than I was.
I'm glad
And, like,
you are.
we're doing great. You know, therapy's working. We still have to make a video about how my PTSD interacted with my transition and our relationship.
Yeah, I was thinking about that.
That's not going to be a fun one. But we don't really have so many of those problems anymore. Like,
Not
we're
as
both,
much.
yeah, we're in healthier places than we were. It is working. It feels like I'm getting somewhere, which is, I think, important.
Yeah.
I'm just really proud of everything that I've accomplished in the past year, and I know that's very self-serving to do on a holiday, but, like, I need to remind myself that it is worth it.
That's probably
you
what the
know?
holidays are for reflection.
Exactly. Like, I need to remind myself that I worked hard, and that's why I don't have time to watch all these movies I've already seen 1,000 times.
Yeah.
You know, because I need to, like, focus on taking care of myself and getting myself into a better situation where I can enjoy those things. And, yeah. So, regrets? Not so much, but, like, sadness because of the lack of hours in a day.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to talk about?
Nothing I can think of. I get so thrown whenever we like don't have a plan.
Yeah.
I hope you're not offended. I just get very like, I don't have a script at all. I have no preparation. It's hard for me.
Well, that is all for this video. I'll be back again sometime next week. Sorry, I'm busy with something that I hope you'll find interesting. Until then, stay curious, and we'll be back on our Twitch.